Hey, Boxing Nation. Boxing Nation.
So it wasn't that long ago that Jaron Ennis, he announced that he's moving up to 154. He's going to vacate his belts at 147, and he says that he wants all the smoke at 154. Now, the fight that fans claim they wanted to see back in February was Jaron Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz. Well, now that Geron has made it official he's moving up to 154, Eddie Hearn confirmed the very first fight they want is the Vergil Ortiz fight in August. Eddie said they reached out to Vergil's team and they said they weren't ready. So then Eddie Hearn, he said, well, if they're not ready in August, we can wait till September. So after Eddie Hearn said that, Vergil Ortiz's father came out, he responded, and he said they had a fight with us, took it, then backed out and denied it. They turned down record pay, now they wait in line like everyone else. Now what Senior said right there, it didn't make sense at all. Because this is the biggest fight at 154, and this is the biggest payday for both Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis if they fight against each other. So not only does what Ortiz said not make sense, but then Vergil Ortiz Jr., he comes out and completely contradicts what his father said. He puts out this post and he said, just so y'all know, apparently healing from a hand surgery is now a form of ducking. Anything to fit the narrative. Now, the irony right there is Vergil Ortiz Jr.'s narrative is different than his father's. His father is basically saying, we moved on. You missed your opportunity, and now you have to wait in line. But we're also hearing reports that Vergil Ortiz is already planning on fighting against Sergey Boacek in a rematch in his very next fight. Now, when it comes to Ortiz Jr.'s excuse versus his father's excuse, I can't say for sure I know what's going on in their camp. But what I can say is if Vergil Ortiz returns to the ring in September or even October and he's fighting against someone else, that means they chose not to fight against Jaron Ennis. The Vergil Ortiz situation is so analogous to the Sebastian Fundora situation back when Terrence Crawford wanted to fight him. Not only was Fundora offered the biggest payday of his career, but he was offered a bigger payday than what he would have made against Errol Spence. So while we're getting reports that Crawford wants to move up to 154 and fight Sebastian Fundora, Fundora's promoter, he admits that Crawford's people reached out to them to make the fight, and he told Crawford's team that Fundora is not negotiating any fights right now because he's injured. A week later, they revealed that they were in serious negotiations to fight against Errol Spence, the guy that Crawford had just knocked out. And Fundora was actually offered a bigger payday to fight Crawford over Errol Spence. So when it comes to Ortiz, he fought Madrimov back in, February? And if he were to fight against Jaron Ennis, it would be in September. That's 7 months. So I would think that even if he did suffer a hand injury in the Madrimov fight, he has plenty of time to heal. But once again, we'll find out for sure what's going on with Ortiz when he decides to return to the ring. If he returns in August or September, then we know everything he said was cap. Now, and if we don't see him back in action till maybe November, December, or next year, then what he said is most likely valid. But even then, if Vergil Ortiz is not ready to fight Boots in August or September, then Geron, he could fight someone else in his first fight, and they could fight against each other after Jaron Ennis' first fight at 154. And in that scenario, the only way Ortiz will be able to justify not fighting against Jaron Ennis is if he's fighting for a world title. If he's fighting against Fundora or Murtazaliev. Those would be the only fights that would justify him not fighting against Jaron Ennis. 154 is such a deep division. There are so many monsters in this weight class. The level that Vergil Ortiz is on right now, he has no reason to not be fighting one of these guys. And I'm talking about on a consistent basis, not one and done. Because I can guarantee you, Jaron Ennis, he's going to 154 to fight against the best. So let's see what Vergil Ortiz decides to do next.
So when you see Keyshawn, Boots at 154, you will see what I'm talking about. So it's very likely that those belts will become vacated. We're going to meet this week and make a final decision. But yeah, it's time to move to 54, and he's been unified at 47. Now it's time to try and become a 2-division world champion.
Gotcha. So moving forward, I mean, I don't know if, I mean, you would know better than me, obviously. If Boots is in a position to fight in the near future, there's been talk.
Yeah, August. I mean, they said to us, would you fight Vergil Ortiz in August? And we said yes. And then they come back and said Vergil wasn't ready for August. I said, look, we're happy. That's a brilliant fight, one of the best in the sport. And Vergil's a great fighter. And we're talking to DAZN at the moment. I think Boots will fight around August time, early September. And then we'll make the Vergil Ortiz fight now. I mean, I think it's a brilliant fight at 54. We want to be involved in all the biggest fights. Obviously, he wants to win a world title. And there's a good chance that Vergil may end up getting that championship. So yeah, all in for all the big fights with a real physically 100% Boots Ennis, which is a frightening proposition given the performance he gave against Jaron Ennis.
That's good. Okay. Okay, you come to me? Yeah. You gonna come to me? Hi, you watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Okay. There you go. Ready?
Hi, you're watching Dante Boxing Nation.
There you go. It's good, but it's a little too dark from, let me see. Let's try this from this angle. Come this way. Couldn't see your face when you come here. Okay, there, better.
Okay.
All right, ready? Go ahead.
Hi, you're watching Dante Boxing Nation.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.